Netcasts you love.
From people you trust. This is Twit.
You know that I love the HTC One, the second edition, particularly the M8. That's my daily driver now.
Gina loves it too.
Yep. It's really a beautiful phone. Yeah, she has the Google Play edition. I have the Verizon edition. We both think it's an excellent build. It's arguably the most beautiful Android phone on the market today. I think it competes very well with every smartphone on the market. It's certainly my choice. But I was very interested when I heard that Harman, Kardon, and Sprint were going to join up to release a new version of the M8, the Harman Kardon edition, an audiophile edition of the HTC One. Well, that sounds interesting. Now, there are a couple of things that are exclusive to it. First of all, it's Sprint only, at least for now. It has a different color. You see, it's black, unlike the one I have, which is the gray metallic. There's also, I think, a gold version. This is the only place you can get the black with gold trim. What do you think of the color?
I can't say that I'm sold on it, to be honest.
Not a great...
It kind of looks cheaper than the other one.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Well, and it does have, and this surprised me a little bit, and maybe this is because of Sprint, I don't know, but this bottom piece is plastic. It's metal on my Verizon version. Now, the metal does scratch really easily, and because it's where the USB port is, actually I've scratched mine up terribly. So maybe plastic isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah.
It still feels as good as any HTC One does. But I was very intrigued. The other thing they've done a little bit differently is instead of bundling the HTC headphones, they have a special Harman Kardon headphone. Sprint says these are $150 or $140 if bought at retail. This whole package, by the way, is only about $40 or $50 more than the non-audiophile version of the HTC One. And of course, Sprint has subsidy packages that make it pretty affordable. The headphones do sound much better than the standard earbuds that come with my HTC One, and they sound better than most earbuds I've used. They're not perfect. I don't think they sound as good as I would expect a $140 pair of headphones should sound. And the styling is really debatable. I would say so. It looks like an Egyptian or something. I don't know. You can get a close-up of it and you can see it. This looks like the back part should be metal. It's plastic. It's, again, that gold and black, which is kind of an odd color. And it looks like jewelry.
Yeah, so I was going to say, it looks like earrings.
If you're a guy, you're going to feel like you've got gauges in, you know? It's just a little strange. They do sound really, really good. Now, here's what makes this the audiophile version. First of all, they've put additional settings in the phone's settings that you won't see on any other phone. This is Harman Kardon Audio. They've got something called Clarify. They say that restores the quality of compressed audio, like MP3s.
I always wonder on that one.
I turn them off. Yeah. And I couldn't, to be honest, couldn't tell the difference. Look, the data's not there. How are you going to make it sound better? I don't know what you're going to do. Yeah, it's a trick. It's a trap. Live Stage does work a little bit. It's only available if you've got the headphones plugged in, and that will broaden the sound stage, give you a more airy sound stage. Again, you notice I've got them both off, but that's one of the features. The big feature you're going to be most interested in probably is it has the capability of playing back lossless high bit rate audio recordings. The reason I snagged this away from you, Jason, is because I'm very excited about Neil Young's Pono player.
Oh, me too.
Coming in the fall, the Pono player is going to be able to play back original digital masters recorded not at the CD quality, 44,100 hertz per second. The sample rate 16 bits, 44,116 bits, that's CD quality. But in fact, as high as 192,000 hertz at a 24-bit sample size. So a much higher resolution, also much larger files. So this is capable of going up to 192.24, that full quality that the Pono player will go to. Now, the thing that makes the Pono player interesting is that it's going to have a very high quality digital to audio converter, digital to analog converter. All of these devices have to do that. The data is stored in the music directory as bits, and they've got to convert it to an analog sound to play it back through the headphones. That, to me, more than almost anything, determines the quality of the audio you're going to get. This DAC, unlike the old M8, can go up to the highest bit rate. The M8 can play back FLAC, uncompressed FLAC files. All M8s can. At 90, I think it's 96.24. This goes to 192.24. Now, it comes with some samples, but I went out and I bought from hdtracks.com. I bought 3 albums so I could see what it sounds like. I got Michael Jackson's Thriller. That's sampled at 176.24. That's a newly remastered. Norah Jones' Come Away With Me. That was 192.24. And then some classical music. This is Eric Satie's Jim No Pete. And I listened to all 3 of them. Now, I'll be honest. I have read all the articles about high bitrate music, golden ears, I'm an old man, I've got no high end to my sound. I fully did not expect to tell a difference. And I did A-B comparison, not just with the Harman Kardon headphones, but I brought out my Etymotics. You know I'm a fan of the Etymotics in-ear monitors. These are very high quality, $250 audiophile headphones, which I frankly prefer a little bit to the Harman Kardons. I could tell a difference. There's a significant difference. I listened to the Michael Jackson Thriller remastered as a 320 kilobit MP3. That was what I bought, what I ripped myself. And now remember, it's uncompressed, so it's FLAC, which means already it's going to sound better than MP3. And it was 176,000 samples, 24-bit samples a second. There's a significant difference in the sound. It's much more open. Instruments, the snare drum sounded different.
They
sounded
sound
like a different
alive.
instrument.
Yeah,
it sounded more alive.
It makes the music alive.
So you've heard this.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a musician, I've worked with higher, higher bit rate, high sample rate.
It makes a big difference.
Music, and then you hear what it ends up with, what it ends up as when it ends up on a portable device or through your stereo, and there is a difference there.
These M8s have always, because the HTC ones have always been great phones because they have front-facing left-right speakers, which does make a difference. I mean, it's not audiophile quality, but if you're listening to an audiobook or
back.
It's an improvement. The headphones make it even better, and I imagine if you plug this into a stereo system, you'd even hear more. But surprisingly enough, using very high quality uncompressed samples, I was able to tell a distinct difference between high bitrate MP3 versions of this Michael Jackson song, for instance, and the uncompressed FLAC high bitrate versions on this phone. So this phone can play back higher bit rates. HTC does not say whose DAC they're using. It is, I guess, a different DAC because it has better capabilities than the other HTC one. And I really was able to hear a difference, which made me happy.
Wow.
Because a lot of people said, "Oh, you're not going to hear a difference." Yeah, you can hear a difference. It's noticeable. I thought, well, maybe it's just psychology. Maybe it's just me. So I did a blind A/B comparison.
That's the important thing.
With Lisa.
Right there. Yeah.
I said, "Lisa, listen to this," and we tried both headphones. She preferred the Harman Kardon headphones, but every time on a variety of different music, she picked the Harman Kardon edition of the HTC One. She said that sounds better, right? She's nodding. So there you go. That's the real way to test it. It's a blind comparison where they don't know. You go back and forth, A, B, and she too can tell the difference. We both agreed that this did sound better. Now, $50 more. Is it $50 better? I don't know. Most of the time, you're going to be listening in adverse circumstances in the car, in noisy environments. You're probably using headphones which aren't great, although these are a little bit better. It is $50 more. It is there. So here's the pros and cons. The pros, yes, it sounds better. It really does sound better. And these headphones are better than the standard HTC One headphones. The cons, it's $50 more, and you may not like the styling. You don't get a choice. And of course, the other con is it's Sprint. It's a Sprint exclusive. So if you don't have good coverage where you live, and we don't, Sprint's not very good here, then this isn't a good choice for you. But if you like Sprint, or you're a Sprint customer, you're an audiophile, you want the highest quality tracks, you'll have to spend a little bit more on them. And by the way, they're about 10 times bigger, about 100 megabytes of file, instead of about 10 megabytes of file. But now this is nice because the new HTC One does have an SD card slot up to 128 gigabytes, so there's plenty of place to store that music. I'd say this is a definite buy if you like audio. I did not expect to be able to tell the difference, and I could, which makes me very excited about the Pono player coming. I think it isn't just golden ears, that people really will hear a difference.
Sure.
So kudos to Sprint, Harman Kardon, and HTC for trying this. Because I don't know if there's a demand for audiophile smartphones.
Right. But audiophiles are willing to spend a measly
$50 more
to get access
Not
to that.
bad.
Then it's just a matter of the content.
Not bad.
The high definition content to load into there, which, as you say, there are ways to find that. It's interesting how this had this kind of has more benefit to it than maybe the Beats integration had for HTC. Right?
Well, the funny thing is, I had the previous HTC one, which was Beats. I don't think that helped HTC. They sold their stake in Beats, which they're now kicking themselves for, I'm sure. The new HTC One M8, they call it Boom Sound. Sounds exactly the same as Beats. There's no difference. I don't think the software improvement they've put in here makes a big difference. Oh, there's one other thing. You can get the Harman Kardon Onyx speaker system for $200 off if you buy this when you buy this phone. Okay. So if you want to get the Onyx speaker system, which is normally $399, I think, or $299, you can get it for $100 when you buy the phone. So that may be another pro. But I do think, you know, if you care about audio, this is worth it. I should mention, somebody saying, well, why did Lisa like these headphones better? The high end was very good on these headphones, remarkably good. It was the bass that was a little bit less desirable for me. They sounded to me a little tinny as a result. A lot of mid-range, a lot of high end. But that's a matter of taste. We do not have the equipment, and I did not measure subjectively, you know, the frequency curve on these. I think that's all nice, but really what matters is how they sound to you. So listen to them before you buy. That's my advice.